Hello, brothers and sisters. Greetings, greetings, greetings. If this is your first time being here, you know what? Welcome home. This is your home. African Buzz Nation is your home. So feel free and don't keep quiet when you watch our video. It's always advisable to comment and say, I'm from this country, I'm from the US, I live in the UK, I'm from Brazil, and I'm so amazed to be here. We appreciate you, we'll give you a shout out. And if this is not your first time, you've been here for quite some time, even if you came yesterday, you're still home, and thank you for your continued support. It's crazy how things work in Africa, like especially when we talk about politics, because that's what it's all about. You can say, oh, I don't want to be part of politics, but that is very wrong, because politics controls everything. Politics controls development, politics controls health matters. These people, when we cry corruption, it's all politics, so we are part of it. But today, let's talk about Chad, because this is the latest country that is doing crazy things, like we've seen many countries. We've seen in Cote d'Ivoire, we've seen in Cameroon, we've seen in Equatorial Guinea. My report that the vice president of Equatorial Guinea is the son of the president. Crazy, right? We report crazy things that should not be happening, but now we are in it and we need a solution. So Chad, the son of the former president, Mahama Idris Deby, the son, they almost share the same name. This is Mahamat, the son is Mahamat Idris Deby, and the father was Mahamat something. He took the power from his father. I think the father, after he became a puppet of the West, the France and all that, he reached a point where he was like, no. And they normally say he went to fight terrorists with the army, because he was also a former army officer, and in the process he was killed. You know what? This guy came and changed the constitution and say the vice president, who was supposed to take over and become the president, will not be the president, and I, the son of the president, will be the president. So he has been the president. He even went ahead, because if France recognized him, they supported him. So we didn't hear anything like we are hearing them complaining about the three brothers of the AES. So he was like the Gabonese president, who is supported by these guys. And when it came to elections, of course he controlled the biggest part of the national institutions involved in elections and all that. So he became president. But now, last month, about the 6th of September, we saw Chad considering revising its constitution through the parliament. These people, when we talk about the parliament, they own the parliament. So the president owns the most of the biggest part of the parliament. So he controls them. So we saw the member of parliament approving the creation of a special commission to examine the revisions to Chad's Fifth Republic Constitution, which was promulgated in December 2023. Imagine this guy creates a constitution, then after 2 years or after 1 year and some months, he says, I'm going to change the constitution again. And now they said the key focus was on Article 77, which stated that the presidential office is incompatible with the exercise of any other elected office, any public employment, as well as any professional or lucrative activity, and with any office within a political party or group of political parties or trade union organization. And according to the president of the National Assembly, this provision presented numerous difficulties in interpretation. What does the hyena say when it wants to eat its child? It tells the child, you smell like a goat, right? If the hyena wants to eat its baby, it says that this baby smells like a goat.
Smelling like a goat.
Yeah, so just now, today is October 6th, and we are seeing that the parliament of Chad has just abolished presidential term limits, paving the way for President Muhammad Idris Deby to potentially rule indefinitely. And the amendment was passed with 236 out of 257 votes. I told you about the parliament. But now the opposition boycotted and walked out in protest. Critics, including opposition leader Albert Bahimi Pandake, called it unconstitutional and authoritarian. Yes, that's what we are talking about. So, for the people of Cameroon, this is another Paul Biya. Not Cameroon, sorry. The people of Chad. Paul Biya is from Cameroon. Now, for the people of Chad, this is another Cameroon. This is another Equatorial Guinea. This is another Uganda. This is another what?
The rest of them.
Yes, no, Congo. I mean, there are those countries where we have seen the president living forever, and this is for Chad. This is another way in which you are raising Muhammad Deby to be Paul Biya in the near future.
Hey, 92 and the guy is still fine.
Exactly, Paul Biya.
Yeah.
Yes, and he might be. They are voting next week, October 12th.
High chances he will go back.
He will be the president.
Yeah.
And have you seen them campaigning?
No.
I mean, the Cameroonians are campaigning using the statues of this guy and his wife. I mean, they created big
You
image.
can't even walk.
He's in Switzerland, but he will be the president, you know. Anyway, guys, that's it. And it's sad for the Chadians because the father-in-law, this guy who tried to go against this, and I think they were relatives, and he was killed. He was the most popular guy. Maybe he'll be the president now.
When the people are against you, you have to force yourself to the people. In the rest of these African countries, apart from the AES, where we saw Burkinabés really protesting and fighting for Traoré to have 10-year rule, just 10 years, and they wanted more. But because, there's a constitution and all these stupid things that need to be followed, they allowed him to go for the 5 years and he will continue serving his people. But where the people do not want the leader or the president, he has to do it forcefully using the constitutional reforms. And it's not the first country that we're seeing changing the limit. Some have tried. Kenya is also trying. I think they want to go for 7 years. That is where you realize that this is a president that is not liked by the people. Once you get into parliament and you force yourself into the leadership of the country, you are not the one for the people. In Burkina Faso, they want the president. In Mali, they want the president. In Niger, they would rather have this guy dying on the seat than leave them. In Uganda, the president is begging for the people to give him another chance.
In the public, he begs, but the people don't want him.
Do you think if he still wants to, do you think he will allow the system to remove him? He will have to work for it to make sure that he stays forever and ever until death do them apart. Why is it that you hold on to a thing that you can't even do? Leadership is a God-given skill and ability. You can't just wake up and be a leader. The rest of them are forcing themselves to be leaders. Leaders that are born leaders, you can see the changes that they do in their countries, wherever they are, taking the leadership role. So this guy will do it, it will work for him, but eventually God will answer because you can't stay forever.
It's sad for Chad.
Eventually, that is what the AES was also experiencing. They had no hope until these guys came up. Yes.
But the good thing is a lot of things are happening across Africa. And people want the model of the AES. So in one way or the other, the young people will rise. But I'm so sad.
Soon.
Cameroon is very complicated.
Chad also.
They are the people who are running against Paul Biya. Like there's someone called, I think, Isa something. This guy is also old, and even right now he's just the Minister of Communication.
But why is it that all these guys want to go back? You Museveni, Paul Biya, now this one.
No, this one is 92, this one is 80, this one is 75. I mean, we need a way because retiring in most of African countries is
60.
like 60, right? But why do we want to vote
why
for
should
someone
the president go over 60? Why do we allow that? If anywhere else it's 60, why do we allow the presidential candidates to be more than that?
It should be like presidential candidates should not
exceed 60.
You should be 55.
Yeah, somebody young and willing to work and move
55
around.
and less, so that 55, when you stay for 5 years, you won't be eligible for, you know, this thing of it's in 92, you still want to be president. Come on.
Anyways, brothers and sisters, let us know what you think about this nonsensical news from Chad. Very disappointing. We are so disappointed, and we are waiting on the Chadians to do something, honestly, because this will take them to rise up. Otherwise, some of us cannot do anything apart from reporting to you guys as the news come. Please support us to continue reporting and to continue informing on everything that's happening around our continent and everything that is affecting our continent. Support by buying us coffee, liking, sharing, commenting, super thanking, super chatting. We do have merchandise, some of these African hats, everything, clothing, jewelry, sandals, pen, everything African. You can find it on our website, on the screen, in the description box down below. We also have merchandise.
Yeah, we have our merchandise on TeePublic, and more are coming, and we also are investing in Redbubble, Amazon. We'll see if it works in the near future, but please support us by following the link to Redbubble and purchasing our merchandise.
See you in the next one.
Bye bye.